so grateful to have the best in-laws in this world. Since Mill and Phil are already staying over with us, I sat down with them and Harry during dinner to tell them that I had something important to talk about. I started by taking a deep breath, the weight of the situation heavy on my shoulders. With everyone gathered around, I recounted the events of the birthday party, explaining how Sil had served me a plate with shrimp, and how Jamie had unknowingly eaten it, resulting in his poisoning. As I spoke, the shock and disbelief on their faces mirrored my own feelings. Mill and Phil exchanged glances, their concern evident, while Harry's expression shifted from confusion to anger. I continued, expressing my fear about Sil's motives and her previous attempts to harm me. I admitted my hesitation in sharing this information, fearing the potential consequences for myself and our unborn child. Mill, being the pragmatic woman she was, immediately suggested checking the security camera footage. Phil nodded in agreement, recognizing the severity of the situation. Harry, though visibly upset, remained silent, absorbing the shocking revelation. After reviewing the security footage from their camera app, the truth was undeniable. The footage showed Sil offering me the poisoned plate, and the subsequent events leading to Jamie's distress. The weight of the evidence left no room for doubt. Emotions ran high as the realization set in. Harry, now fully aware of his sister's malicious intent, struggled to contain his anger. Mill and Phil were appalled by their daughter's actions, shocked at the lengths she had gone to create chaos. We sat stunned in silence as we struggled to understand why she would do something like this. In the aftermath of this revelation, my in-laws have decided to give this evidence to the police since this is a very serious matter. Then, Phil and my husband will be going and meeting with Jamie once he recovers since he is the one who needs to press charges on Sil. I have no idea how Jamie will react and I want to cry every time I think about how I allowed him to have my plate poison. I am not able to sleep or eat anything properly as I am so worried about him. I will update you when something significant happens. Update 3. Okay, guys, I am finally back with an update. I know it has been a month since my last update, but I am a pregnant woman who is going through a lot right now. First things first. My in-laws gave the recording to the police and after watching the evidence, she was arrested. Kayla didn't even deny the charges since she immediately burst into tears admitting to everything. My husband did talk to Jamie about what had happened and Jamie was as shocked as any of us. My husband urged him to press charges against his sister since this was such a sinister thing to do and told him that regardless of what he chose to do, he would always be a part of our family. In the end, after Jamie recovered, he not only decided to press charges but he also filed for divorce. It turns out that Kayla is actually pregnant herself. She begged them to bail her out, trying to manipulate them about how they should do this for the sake of their grandkid. Phil firmly told her that they were done coddling her and that she should finally learn to take responsibility for her own actions. Mill is extremely sad about what is happening to her daughter, but she understands that what Kayla did cannot be just forgiven. The police found evidence that she had tampered with the food, intending to harm me, which in turn had backfired and ended up hurting her husband. She has been charged with multiple offenses related to tampering with food, endangering and causing harm. She has been begging Jamie to not charge her, saying how this was all my fault anyway, but thankfully, Jamie doesn't care and his mind is set on punishing her. Her court hearing will start soon. I don't think she can escape this time. Meanwhile, to everyone asking, my son and I are doing okay. He has no idea about what his aunt has done. Harry and I have talked and we do plan on sitting down with him and telling him the truth since we want our son to know and beware of these situations. I know it's going to be a difficult but very necessary conversation to have with the little one. I'm also going for regular ultrasound scans every 2 weeks for my pregnancy as advised by my doctor. We don't plan on finding out the gender of the baby since we want it to be a surprise. My parents know about what has happened with Kayla and have become very protective of me. They are worried this might affect my psychological well-being during the pregnancy, so they are encouraging me to go to therapy. I agree with them since despite my acting normally, I have developed a deep-rooted fear after what Kayla did to my food, and I am afraid of eating any outside food or anything that I haven't prepared myself. My husband understands my fear and is there for me every step of the way, so hopefully I can get over this irrational fear soon. Update 4. It's been 8 months since I last updated. Kayla is currently serving time in prison. She was found guilty of the charges. I never attended her court proceedings, but sometimes my in-laws would, and they told me how Kayla admitted to the court that she had been jealous of me for years since she never wanted an outsider to marry her brother. She had always dreamt about one of her best friends marrying my husband, which is why when he started to date me, she would always try to bully me. When we announced that we were pregnant during my husband's birthday party, she was filled with jealousy since she was about to announce her pregnancy as well. She had suffered a miscarriage previously, so she wanted to share her good news, but she thought we took away her moment to shine. So, according to her, due to her pregnancy hormones, she got so pissed that she mixed a small amount of rat poison with my food. She admitted how she just wanted me to end up in the hospital but never wanted to physically harm me or the baby. She told how she never expected that I would give my plate to her husband and how I basically poisoned her husband, so she deserved to get a lighter sentence. Of course, the judge called back crap to her pleas and she was sentenced to prison and will be away from our lives for quite some time. Jamie has also successfully divorced her, so he is finally free as well. We have met him over the months and we continue to include him in our family activities whenever we can. He and I have talked and I have apologized to him profusely for giving my plate to him, but he assured me that it was never my fault. I started to cry when I heard that because I had been replaying it over and over again in my head, wishing that I could have done things differently so he was never poisoned. I'm glad that Jamie is doing okay now. As for me and Harry, we have welcomed a baby girl into our family. Despite the lingering shadows of the past, the presence of our daughter has brought warmth and light into our lives. Our son, Nate, is ecstatic about becoming a big brother and has been showering his little sister with affection and love. Watching our children bond fills our hearts with gratitude. Throughout all this, my parents and in-laws have been there for us, helping us navigate this new chapter in our lives.